So here goes nothing. I wanted to make a video of making these Tiki skateboards. I failed making that one. Didn't fail making the Tiki, I failed filming a video of it. I also failed filming a video of this one as well. So this was my first one, that was actually my second one. So now I'm gonna make a third one. And I think I'm gonna do, well, we'll see, but I think right now I'm just gonna do a wood Tiki. Like no paint at all, maybe stain. But we'll see, because I think these are pretty cool, and I didn't see anybody else out there doing these, so I kind of want to show the process. So here I am screwing a board into just a plank of wood so that I can project the image onto it and trace it. I already made the image in Procreate, so I'll pop that up here. At the time I wasn't sure if I was going to do just color or stain or wood or whatever, but you'll see later. There's the projected image. Can't tell, but that's my carpet back there behind it. It works out well, very projected, so outline it now. Actually, I'm going to adjust it a little bit, then I'm going to outline it. So here you go. You can see that you can see the projected image much better when you turn off the light. It was the middle of the night. I was probably drinking a couple beers, just going out there tracing this. Probably antsy about getting to the carving portion of this, so this was probably some night before I had work the next day. So yeah, there you go, just tracing. After all the digital art that I've done over the years, my favorite thing about these is that even after you've done like the sketch digitally or even by hand, nothing's ever perfect. And then you start carving it and then like, it really isn't perfect. But it's still pretty much symmetrical if that's what you want it to be, which, you know, you don't really have to be. But yeah, so here we are, and let's keep going. So I have this Ryobi rotary tool that I use for most of this kind of stuff. So here I am, I sped it up, but I'm just sitting there and going at it. There it is, there's that tool. Oh yeah, and I purchased a new wireless one, which I really love. So I'm able to take that now just about anywhere and work on this. So I think you'll see in a minute. Yep, there I am, I'm just sitting at work, you know, carving away. So it was nice to be able to take this anywhere and just carve, because it takes a very long time. I'd say this one took me like 5 hours of carving to actually get it where I wanted it before I wanted to put any paint down. Now that I have this wireless rotary tool, I'm really happy, because again, I can just take it anywhere and work on it. But you know, I wouldn't really pick one over the other, because the battery life on it kind of sucks, especially when you're really like carving. For like every hour of you know, recharging it, I probably get like 45 minutes out of it, but then I have to like switch out batteries again. So it's nice having the one that plugs into the wall. And here I am just sanding it down after I you know, I carved a bunch of that out. And I think I go back after this to keep carving, but I just kind of wanted to get rid of some of those Sharpie marks. And yeah, there I am, just carving again. But it really is nice having two different rotary tools and being able to switch between the two, because otherwise you're really limited to like how you go about it. Slow motion. Yeah, so there's what it looks like after carving. And at this point, I decided that I was going to go with some color. My process for this, now that I have all the deep cuts or deep portions of the carve in there, I like to just put heavy black acrylic paint in where all the cuts are, because then after that I go back and sand it all out where it's not supposed to be. So you'll see that in a minute. But yeah, I decided I'm going with color after all with this one and not just staining it. I also was originally gonna really get deep into carving this one like I did with my first skateboard that I carved a Tiki out. There's like all these different levels of like carving, but I ended up just staying very basic with this one and just carved out the spots that I wanted to be black and then just left it at that. So here we go, let's see. Yeah, so I'm still just painting there. And then right here, this is with all the black in, and you can see it looks really gross. It looks wrong. It looks like it's not gonna make any sense, but you'll see once I start sanding all that black out that's not supposed to be there, it looks pretty cool. And you could probably just leave it like one solid color. So yeah, here you go. Sanding all the stuff out that's not supposed to be there. You can see it's kind of taking form here. So now that all that excess black is sanded out, it's actually kind of cool. It gives it like an ash look because some of that wood that got sanded off kind of like, even though the paint was dry, it kind of lays in those little crevasses or whatever, those little like the parts that I actually carved out. And it kind of turns it a little less black. If I wanted to keep it like real dark black, I guess I could go back in there again and do it again, but I don't really feel like doing that. I really like the way that it ends up looking. So here I am, I'm putting down white paint, and I think at this point I was gonna do just white and brown, and then sand some of that brown out, sand some of that white out, make it kind of look like a more traditional Tiki. But, you know, during that process, I just didn't really love the way it was looking, so I kind of said F that, and I threw a bunch of different color down. I don't think I recorded the whole process, so you're not going to see that here. So yeah, you didn't see it, but I did put brown down in the background, and I thought it was just too dark, so I went back and sanded it out, which you'll see in a second. Yeah, right there. And it does look really cool, but I was like, dude, this needs like just a touch of color. So I did go back, I didn't film it, but I did add just a touch of color. I kept sanding it out, painting it, sanding it out, and painting it. But here you go, here's the final Tiki. It's on my wall. I actually gave it a background. I put some old crappy wood behind the eyes and the mouth and the nose and painted that in red back behind there just to make it pop a little bit. But I hope you like it, and you know, I posted some of these up on Reddit and on my Instagram, and I had a few people come back to me and be like, I really like that, and I'm gonna go make some. And I really hope people do, and I wanna see what everybody comes up with. I wanna see everybody's Tiki skateboards, so let's go. LFG.